Hey guys, welcome to Tuesday, May 26th. I'm piecing this together on Memorial Day, so you get my studio apartment right now. Today you're gonna need one heavy object in your body and a timer. All right, let's get to that warm-up. Today's warm-up has some new moves in it. We have 3 rounds of 3 reps each of these movements. Starts with a single leg upward dog to standing. It's a little tricky in that it's a single leg movement. So with a single leg, starting with my right, left leg's off the ground, drop into your plank, bring the hips down but don't touch the quad to the ground, and then stand back up, all on one leg. Okay? So you're gonna do 3 each side. Single leg, upward dog or seal stretch. Down to that plank, hips down, back up. I'll do one more on this side so you can see the free leg. All right, single leg upward dog to standing. Again, that's 3 of those each side. After that, you're gonna do 3 tempo push-ups. With those, normal push-up position, hopefully strict. You're gonna do a 3-second descent. 1, 2, 3, and up. 1, 2, 3, and up, okay? If you're not quite there on the strict, you can do it from your knees. 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3, up. Tempo push-ups, 3 of those. Then you have 3 plank waves. Excuse me. With those, it's a good shoulder warm-up. So we're gonna plank, get nice and stacked, get those feet stacked onto the side plank, and do a nice big shoulder circle wave. All right, that's 1 rep right there. You're gonna do 3 each side. Okay, so that means alternate, do the wide circle wave, shoulder wave, alternate, shoulder wave, etc. 3 reps each side. After those 3 plank waves, you're gonna do 6 overhead good mornings. You know those. Go ahead and get your hip width stance, hands up, overhead. Push the butt back, butt and hips back. Keeping that midline stable, good hinge in the hips, and then back up. Push the butt back till you can't. Feel the stretch in the hamstrings and glutes. Come right back up. 3 of those overhead good mornings. Press pause. You're gonna do 3 rounds of 3 reps of each of these movements, and you'll be nice and warmed up, and meet me back here for strength. Welcome back from that warm-up. Today's strength is a Tabata series. You've got up downs, 8 Tabata rounds, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off of up downs. Then 6 Tabata rounds of glute bridges. Then 4 Tabata rounds, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off of reverse planks. And then 2 Tabata rounds, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off of Superman dynamics. Up and down, glutes engaged, off and on for 20 seconds as repetitions, so to speak. All right, let's go over those movements. Up downs or squat thrusts. Those look like this. Arms straight and down, plank out, hop back in and up. Bring those heels toward the butt. Push the hips to the ceiling. Only thing touching the ground is basically your shoulder blades and arms, back of your arms. Bring your butt to the floor and back up to the ceiling. Really try to get that hip extension in the glute bridges. Reverse plank. We don't do these often, but they're really good stretch for the shoulder. Your arms are straight, hands firmly planted in the ground, just either shoulder width or just outside shoulder width. Your shoulder blades are going to be engaged in this. Your hips are up, bridging. So you're using those glutes, but in a slightly different way. And you're just going to feel this pretty much everywhere. Your hamstrings, your glutes, your abs. Opens up the shoulders and chest at the top, but you're really pressing down. Feels good. So Superman, on the ground, on your belly. Arms out in front, and you're basically going to squeeze the glutes and bring your hands and feet up again and again for 20 seconds. That's Superman. Rest 10 seconds and then go back to it. Press, pause, have fun with this, and we'll see you right back here. Welcome back from strength. Good job on that strength. Today's conditioning is an AMRAP for 15 minutes for quality. So really focus on the technique here, proper form. 15 minutes of 15 reps of Russian kettlebell swings, 12 reps of V-ups, and 9 reps of burpees over and over for 15 minutes. All right, let's get to those movements. You've got the Russian kettlebell swing. So if you remember, the Russian is to eye level. Feet are about their shoulder width or slightly wider for that kettlebell swing. Not quite squat stance. And you're gonna hike. Start with that object, whether it's a kettlebell or a dumbbell on its end in the middle. Hike it back, hips out to eye level with that kettlebell. Use those hips. If you use the hips right, there'll be very little shoulder involved. Make your life a lot easier. Russian kettlebell swing. All right, the next movement is a V-up. Now these guys, you start on the ground, legs are out, arms are up and back, and you're going to touch your toes, basically keeping those legs straight. That's a V-up. Try to keep those legs straight. Touch those toes back down. Just bring the shoulder blades to the ground. Your arms do not have to tap the ground, and then come back up. Burpee. You guys know those. Plank down, chest to the ground, up, boom, one burpee. Again, down, up, burpee. I'm going to vary that to a squat thrust. Eliminate the push-up part. Plank it out, hop the feet back in, up. That's an up down or a squat thrust. Press, pause, have fun with this, and we'll see you right back here. All right. Welcome back for a very necessary cool down. You always have the option to do the shutdown challenge before you do this cool down. It's in the description below. Today's cool down involves the lizard pose. You're going to do 30 seconds each side on that one. You can do that dynamic or static. And then the world's greatest stretch. With the world's greatest stretch, we're going to rest 30 seconds in each pose. I'm going to show you that now. So start with the world's greatest stretch. Get in that plank position. Then bring your right foot on the outside of that right hand. You're going to leave that left hand planted. You're going to lift that right hand up and try to bring that right elbow to the ground. That is a very strong word, try. Don't Not everybody should be able to, so don't worry about it if you can't, but the point is you're stretching this area right here. Your hamstring, your groin area is opening up. So we're going to hold this position for about 30 seconds. So from this position, you're going to go into a pigeon pose. So you can leave that left arm planked and just bring that leg under. Right leg under. Lower yourself onto your elbows if you can. If you can bring your head down, great. But you're going to hang into this pigeon pose for 30 seconds. You can kind of rock back and forth. Take deep breaths. Try to stretch lower each time. But hold that position for about 30 seconds. After the pigeon, come on up into a straight leg. Hamstring stretch. Bring that toe up. If you can reach that toe, pull it toward you. And you're stretching this, holding this position for about 30 seconds. If you want to do a more dynamic release and stretch for that 30 seconds, you can. And then lastly, keeping that foot forward, you're going to work into a hip flexor stretch. Bring those hands overhead, push them toward the ceiling and lower, feeling that stretch in the hip flexor. I'll switch sides for you just so you can see. Again, hands toward the ceiling, lower the leg, arch the back, feeling that stretch here. And hold for about 30 seconds for that pose. And then do the opposite side. Again, holding 30 seconds for each of those poses of the world's greatest stretch. All right, for that lizard pose, you're gonna get down on the ground. You're gonna have your right leg is forward, left hand on the ground. You're gonna grab that left foot with your right hand. And then you're gonna kind of ease forward, stretching that hip flexor area and that quad attachment, and just kind of leaning forward into that. Now you can gradually hold and breathe, and every time you exhale, try to stretch a little further for 30 solid seconds. Or you, again, can go dynamic with that and release the tension, go back in. Trying to get a deeper stretch, though, each time on that hip flexor front area. I'll do it with the opposite leg. You might get a better view. So again, grabbing your right foot with your left hand, and just bringing that left foot forward so that you can kind of lean in and stretch that hip flexor area. Really good quad stretch here too. And if you can, bring that chest up high. And again, you can either do that static, trying to stretch a little deeper each breath, or releasing and dynamically going deeper. So that is the lizard pose. That's your cool down for today. I'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks for joining Mitten Fitness, CrossFit Dexter, for these quarantine, stay home, get ripped workouts. Hey folks, really appreciate you tuning in. Please do us a favor, press that like button, subscribe, find us on Facebook, find us on Instagram, like us, follow us. Stay healthy.